Hey guys, the Sports Entertainer here, back with some more wrestling news. No doubt a lot of wrestling fans were surprised by the mass WWE releases this past weekend, which included the likes of The Authors of Pain, along with Paul Ellering, Sonya Deville, and Giovanni Vinci, and SmackDown star Elektra Lopez, best known for being a member of the Legado del Fantasma faction on the Blue brand, has confirmed her release from WWE in a Twitter post from the other day, saying, "Heard any good news lately? No? Well, make it quick. I've got a packed schedule for the next 90 days. Elektra followed up on her WWE release confirmation yesterday, taking to Twitter to say, "The sky's the limit." Some current WWE superstars reacted to Elektra Lopez's release announcement on Instagram, with Jade Cargill, Zelina Vega, Natalya, and others sending heart emojis to Elektra, with former WWE champion Jinder Mahal assuring Elektra that she's got this as she plans her future in wrestling outside of WWE. We wish Elektra Lopez the best in this new chapter of her wrestling career. While we haven't even gotten through WrestleMania 41 yet, some major details have already been revealed about WrestleMania 42 next year, with WrestleOps taking to Twitter a few hours ago to report WrestleMania 42 being held at the Caesars Superdome in New Orleans, Louisiana will be announced before this year's annual event. The location has been locked in for months via WrestleVotes Radio, Backstage Pass. This confirms that New Orleans will host its third WrestleMania event in the past 12 years, which is honestly pretty crazy. And let us know your thoughts on this big news surrounding WrestleMania next year. Ricky Starks has already made a big impact in the wrestling world with his surprise debut on WWE NXT this week after being released from All Elite Wrestling. And during a recent episode of the Grilling JR podcast, Hall of Famer Jim Ross gave his thoughts on Ricky Starks leaving AEW for NXT, revealing, "I don't know if he'll be the next Shawn Michaels at his size, but he has a unique future. He's got a big personality, so hopefully he'll do well and live his dream." It seems like the dream for a lot of talents is to make it to WWE and call it a day. That's not where it ends, that's where it begins. So, I saw the episode of NXT last night and was surprised to see Ricky Starks. I don't know how he's gonna do. He's got a high opinion of himself, and he's got a lot of abilities. There's no doubt about that. So we'll see how it works out for him. It's never easy to get over, and hopefully he can get over and stay over as a top star. It remains to be seen. Let's see how it goes. The Undertaker was recently spotted with Vince McMahon and his son Shane at the Super Bowl this past weekend. And some have called out The Undertaker for hanging out with Vince, who's certainly not being well received by the majority of wrestling fans right now because of the ongoing lawsuit. And Taker addressed his decision to attend the Super Bowl with Vince McMahon during a recent appearance on Busted Open Radio. "I was his guest, yeah. Look, I'm gonna get hate for that. People are like, oh, you guys were so close, you know what happened?" I'm like, I don't know what hasn't been done. We don't talk about those things. But he is a friend of mine. First off, he gave me an opportunity to make something of my life and become something. Through the course of all of those years, we became friends. After my father passed away, he was a father figure, he was a brother, he was a mentor. There were some big shakeups in TNA wrestling that were announced earlier today, with TNA putting out the following statement regarding the big exits. The new TNA wrestling president is Carlos Silva. George Veras is the new executive producer of the Anthem Sports Group. George is the 10-time Emmy Award-winning president and chief executive officer of Pro Football Hall of Fame Enterprises, as well as president of Varus Communications Incorporated. Josh Matthews and Christy Hemme are no longer with the company. We appreciate their commitment to TNA throughout the years and wish them well in their future endeavors. Clearly, MVP wasn't a fan of the way the WWE went about releasing fellow Hurt Syndicate member Shelton Benjamin back in 2023. And MVP recently discussed his own WWE release as well as Shelton's dismal exit from the company during a recent appearance on the Huge Pop podcast. There wouldn't have been a conversation between myself and AEW if Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin weren't coming in. Bobby and I came to the conclusion that it was time to move on, and, I made it very clear that I was ready to go, and I was able to convince Bobby to come with it, and Shelton at that point had already been released unceremoniously. It left a bad taste in my mouth how Shelton was just, after all these years, not even an offer to be a trainer or a producer, just to see ya. So I was like, Bobby, let's get the team back together and let's go to AEW. We got one last ride, and fortunately, everything worked out, and we were able to do this because Bobby and I, as you talked about, we teamed up the first time together at Impact. Now, there's been a little bit of a beef or mini feud between current WWE Women's Champion Tiffany Stratton and former star Mandy Rose, after Mandy had seemingly called out Tiffany for using her signature catchphrase, "Put some respect on her name," with Mandy basically telling Tiffany Stratton to not steal her catchphrase. Tiffany would respond to Mandy Rose in an interview last week by saying, "Honestly, I think it's a little sad that she felt the need to go on her podcast and say something like that. I wish her the best, honestly." Well, despite at least appearing as though Mandy Rose was bashing Tiffany Stratton for using her catchphrase, Mandy clarified that she wasn't bashing her whatsoever on a recent episode of her Power Alphas podcast. Damn, Twitter's so funny. From our last episode about Tiffany Stratton, these haters, did you see? Let's be clear. I never bashed Tiffany Stratton. In fact, I praised her in a previous episode, saying she's an amazing talent and definitely going places. Look at her. She's already a champion and she's only been on the main roster for probably less than 2 years. I've always commended and highly complimented her. People were going nuts saying, "Oh my God, you're just jealous. You're this, you're that. She's done more." I'm like, guys, calm down. I just posted a video on there just talking about how, y'all gotta calm down and not take everything so seriously, like so literally. It was a little extreme, but kudos to Tiffany Stratton, okay, because I think she's an incredible talent and there's no hate. Trust me. Now, a recent report has shed some light on the future of R-Truth in WWE, as Truth was apparently removed from Monday Night Raw this week and has been transferred over to Friday Night SmackDown, with PW Insider confirming the news, with SE Scoop summarizing this new report surrounding R-Truth's status with WWE. Another WWE star has switched brands as part of the company's extended transfer window. Veteran talent R-Truth has been moved to the SmackDown brand, according to PW Insider. We haven't seen any public acknowledgement from WWE as of this writing, but he'll be on SmackDown going forward. This move reunites him with his former tag team partner, The Miz. Nearly a year ago, the duo won the tag team titles at WrestleMania 40. There's some positive news to share regarding the legendary Demolition tag team consisting of Smash and Axe, as it was just revealed through PW Insider that Demolition have signed Legends contracts with WWE, subtly hinting that a Hall of Fame induction is coming very soon. Demolition had not been on good terms with WWE for years, with the two sides even having a legal battle at one point, but clearly Triple H has made an effort to smooth things over and welcome the iconic team back into the WWE. And E-Wrestling News summarized this awesome news. WWE has officially signed Demolition, Bill Eadie Axe, and Barry Darsow, Smash, to a Legends contract. The deal, first reported by PW Insider, marks a major reunion for the legendary duo after years of tension with the company. Demolition made their WWE debut in early 1987, and they would go on to capture the WWE Tag Team Championships 3 times. Eadie later wrestled as the Masked Superstar, while Darsow became known as the Repo Man. Demolition and WWE have had tension over the years, which included a legal battle over a CTE lawsuit that was ultimately dismissed. As part of their Legends deal, Demolition will be featured in WWE's upcoming merchandise, including action figures, video games, and more. The move also raises speculation about the potential induction of Demolition into the WWE Hall of Fame. Well, guys, that's it for today's major wrestling news. Make sure you leave a like and comment, and also make sure you subscribe to the channel with notifications turned on so you'll never miss out on an episode. Finally, if you haven't already, give us a follow on Twitter at TSE Wrestling, and we will see you guys in the next video.